So, you have seen my fortress. You have seen my fortress repel the denizens of death. You can even see my farm. But what should I do next? What is there left? Why, there is not my fortress, but my fort. This will be a completely wall-enclosed outside construct in which it will have buildings on the inside. The walls will probably go up 3 of reinforced concrete, and then I will use normal concrete for the rest. There's no reason to waste the iron. I will very likely have towers that will allow me to access the top, and I will have areas to shoot down with. This will be my fort. I have already constructed a tunnel leading from there, following in a straight line and then turning here. It is right under here. This is my fort. I shall build it, and they shall come. And now for a small update on the status of my fort. Why am I under my fortress for that? And why am I holding a potato? These are the questions the universe must answer. I want you to demonstrate but one of the methods used to access my new fort. This is the tunnel as I described it. The tunnel was built first, so I had a catch area down here. When I was building down, I had the area covered with hay bales. The hay bales are never not there anymore, of course. So this is how we get in. This is the hatch that leads into my fort. This is an emergency situation. I will probably build a panic room around there in case things go badly. So as you can see, I have reinforced concrete. The 3 layers that I said I was going to build. The flooring is coming well, although I think that I might have a section with hay bales. Why is that? Because I was thinking of building another way in, perhaps a tower that would allow me to jump into my fort. Leaving is simple, because I can just put the same hay bales on the outside. You can see my fort from here. You can see my fortress from here. I will again put the spikes around the outside here, and I found a magnificent location to view. And yes, I am still holding a potato. So, if you go to this location, this very natural location, you can see the magnitude of what I am building. I'm going to use wood reinforced at the top there and have a little walkway around with access to the top, so that I will be able to, and then of course the trestle overhangs, which will allow me to shoot straight down to the bad guys. That is where I will be midnight on day 29. Let them come for me, because I will be waiting for them. And as you can see, it is now getting late on day 27, and there has been much progress. As you can see, I now have the spikes surrounding the building, and I am beginning to work on the upper wall. You'll see a lot of the overhang trestle is done. Another thing is done is that I now have, whoops, ball here. I'm now holding, of course, a 44 Magnum now instead of a potato. I consider it more effective in a zombie apocalypse. You see the overhang here, and I actually have some of the hay bales there. Now, I built this little tower. This tower will actually have spikes around here, maybe in the front too. But you'll notice the bottom rung is missing, so the undead cannot climb it. right? But it will need some protection, you know, from climbers and such. Although I think they will ignore it, but just in case. So this is my other way in. You'll notice that it's there, so I can just go wee, and I'm in. I have undecided what to do here, whether I'll build a tower here or just have a little catch platform, because I wouldn't want to slip in and die. But you can see this is temporary. It's a ladder. It's how I currently get up. This is temporary. I have a lot of this platform constructed, and I'm still working on that. But the entire floor is completed. Inside, all concrete, and it is getting into the place where I can now safely work inside. I will do the panic room net, and then I will work on at least one tower before midnight on the 29th, when the dead will come for me. Anyway, gathering the resources has been a little bit time-consuming, but I believe that I will be able to complete the project in a timely manner. So it will be interesting to see what happens when the dead try to get in. I will also be interested to see in such a wide space whether or not they will actually spawn inside, since the floor has been completely replaced. I will maintain the sleeping bag in that one, so if something does go wrong, I will respawn in my fortress. And as we will see, things should get interesting. Yes, things should get interesting indeed. And so now we have reached day 28. In just a few hours, my fort will be attacked. They will be attempt to break in to reach me so that they can feed themselves. My fort will protect me, or it will not. We will find out. I have added a second row of the heavy spikes. It's only upgraded once to surround the base, and I have also put spikes around my entrance tower and trestle overhangs as well. We can't have any of the dead jumping into my fort while I'm there defending it. That would be rather counterproductive to the walls, now wouldn't it? Yes. So, what we now have, we have towers on both sides. The tower allows me access to the courtyard. As you can see, I have actually begun constructing buildings. For instance, this building, made of concrete, will house my furnaces and my campfires I will use for smelting and cooking, respectively. Of course, we wouldn't want any fires, so this building is well protected. This will be a supply building, and here will be my main home. I have not decided yet on its shape, but once we know that my fort is protected, except of course for the occasional hornet, then I can build my home at leisure. This, of course, is the panic room, as I mentioned. This will be used if something badly goes wrong. It has two external doors here, heavy metal reinforced, and from in here I will be able to look at the situation and judge if I need to bug out. If I do need to bug out, I will open this door here. I will not be confused because there's a candle on this door. And I will use my hatch, and I will use the subterranean passage to reach my fortress. And then I will decide on the future of my fort at that time. But the defenses are now done. As you can see, the plank up on the top of the wall is done, and the trestle overhang is there. I have even placed lighting on the outside that I can see the denizens of evil as they come, and I shoot them. Over there, my fallback, my fortress. Hopefully, my fort will survive this onslaught and prove itself to me. Prove it worthy of the resources and the time invested. Before, of course, it is destroyed by the release of 11.0, but that is a different item. I'll of course also really be putting it to the test as I kick the difficulty up. I'm going to give the dead every opportunity to come in and get me. Do you hear that, boys? I'll be waiting for you. It should be quite a party. Yeah.